Hello and welcome to The Olive Tree with me, Julia Fisher, the programme where we talk to believers living in Israel, both Jews and Arabs, to find out what God's doing in the region despite the ongoing conflict and political tensions. My guest today was born in Bethlehem just over 40 years ago. As well as being a wife and mother, she also works in a home for severely disabled children. Her name is Siham Abedrabbo, and what makes her a remarkable person is that she has a dream to open a Christian home in Bethlehem for both old and young people together. I visited Siham at the home where she works and asked her to describe what it's been like growing up and living in Bethlehem, a town that's now surrounded by a security wall, making it a virtual prison.
Almost the tradition is the same, that we live all together in the same house, and all the uncles and brothers in the same community, they are neighbors. But most of it now it's changed, that who got engaged, he will go and live far away from his family, not the same like before.
And of course, there was no wall around Bethlehem. You were free to go in and out. You could go wherever you wanted to go.
Yeah. We could go to Eilat, to Tel Aviv, Haifa, wherever we want to go. In the middle of the night, at what time we want. But when the Intifada started in 88, I think, the problems started that we need permit to go and to come. And it's like now we're living in a big jail.
Is that really how it feels?
Yes, because sometimes you can't visit our family who lives inside, or like I face problem to visit my brother. He lives in Nazareth now. We don't see him several months until he comes with his family here.
Did you ever feel that you wanted to leave Bethlehem?
We thought with this idea we have it, but we skip it because we have a big family. My family, I have 6 children. So we said if we'll leave, and we will face big problem with them. And also because of my in-laws' family. We didn't like to leave them because they were old people and we took care for them until they passed away.
You're here to really share your story, the story of what happened to you since you were 24 years old.
It was in the 20th of November. I was reading Pilgrim Progress, and I thought that I'm Christian, and I will go to heaven, and everything will be open for me. And when I reached ignorance, I saw myself in a vision that I died, and I saw heaven, and on the gate Jesus was there, and he told me, this is not your place. Hell is your place. So since that day, I gave myself, no one told me how, or no one come to say to me that you are a sinner and you're going to die or something. So since that day, I said to the Lord, I will give you myself and my family. After 10 days, my husband also, he gave himself to the Lord. Now my children also. But my eldest son, he said, I don't want to be crazy like you. Thank God that since that day, we saw all his mercy and all his love, and he took care of us till now. And once before maybe 10 or 12 years, I was praying, please, Lord, tell me, what do you want from me? What do you want from me to do? Because each one of us, he has a job to do. And he showed me a vision. I saw the house. There was old people and orphanage, small people. And he said, you're going to take care of it, but you'll need to wait until the time comes. And I've told him, how is going to be? Old people with children. You can't put these 2 people together. And he told me, listen, the old people needs the small people so they can feel that they are still needed. They are alive and someone need them. And the children, they need the old people love so that they will feel that they have parents and grandparents to take care of them. And since that day, I'm praying until the Lord will show me. Last year, there was people, they said, we will gonna found this vision for you, but you need to share with an organization. I went there, but I didn't like it. I felt this is not from the Lord. The Lord don't want me to be like this. He wants, when it's time, he will open the doors and he will send food and everything. So I started to visit old people so I can sit with them, let them share their pain, their needed. And there is one lady that it touched my heart because I saw that she's really, really in need. You know, she lives in an old house. When the rain comes, the flood will come into her house. She doesn't have fridge. There is no bathroom. And the kitchen where she cook, it's really, really too small. And my heart was broken because my hand was tied and I don't have something to give her. Just my prayer and just being there with her. I hope that the Lord will open all his doors so we can help these people.
So you plan to have a home for elderly people and children here in Bethlehem. At the moment it's still a dream, a vision, but you're certain that it's going to happen.
Yes, I'm certain because the Lord gave me his promise. So I'm waiting for his promise. I know that he will open. Because we have here a house for old people. We have a place that the old people can go just for a day and they share with old people, they play cards and like this. But these two is not for believer, you know. They are Christian, yes, but when it's from the Lord, it will be something else because you can let these people not just spend time, you can bring them for Jesus, you know. You can give them the word without even saying it because there's a verse in the Bible, before spread the good news, you need to cover your brother because he doesn't have clothes or feed him because he's hungry. So first, you can give them their needs, and then they will come alone for Jesus because they see his love through us. So I hope this dream and this vision will come true very quickly.
You are living in Bethlehem now where there aren't actually many Christians anymore. It's a majority Muslim place to live, and many, many Christians have left for various reasons. You've just described to me how you became a Christian all on your own, and then you told your husband and he became a Christian. So how many people do you know like yourselves?
There is many people I know because they read a verse in the Bible or they saw some words, they read it and the Lord touched them. But most of them, people goes to give them the good news and they will come as a believer. Here, most of the Christian now, they have closed heart because of the situation. They doesn't want to hear from us. If there is a foreigner, they will listen to him and smile, but it's from outside. From inside, they show that, okay, and that's, you're saying the truth, but they don't want because they saw real bad things happen. And I know an old lady, I'm crying for her because she said there is no God. Why he's doing this for us, why he's letting the Jewish and the Muslims killing us and killing each other, and so there is no God. I don't believe in him. And really I'm praying for her that the Lord will open her heart, and she's living alone, you know, but she's a strong old lady. She's not sick or something. She's now near her 80s, but if you see her, you'll think that she's in her 50s. Please pray with me also for her that the Lord will touch her.
So you're waiting for the next step. You're obviously walking very close to God and trusting him. And you're in touch with people who you can share with and pray with and have fellowship with. What about your children?
You know, they learned to step by faith because they saw my faith and their father. And always when there is a problem or something, they start praying that the Lord will open the doors, and they want to do Jesus' work.
So if I ask you to describe how you believe God is working here in Bethlehem in this seemingly hopeless situation, what would you say? How do you see the future developing?
I'm praying because, I'm seeing that the churches, the believer, they are cutting, they are not together or in the same spirit. And that's what the devil wants. Because if they are in the same spirit, there will be a big and a strong army, and he can't fight them, and they can't fight that spirit. So I'm praying because I see what's happening in the churches, and that's hurt me, because there is many people, they turn around, they said, there is a problem and we don't want. But there is people, they come and they will be strong in faith, and they do, many, many things. And they start, even if they do nothing, they just pray. And I've always saying that the prayer is the strongest weapon the Lord gave us, so that we can even open the hell doors and take people from there. So I'm praying, and keep praying for all the believers here in Palestine.
Siham Abedrabbo sharing the story of her life in Bethlehem today and describing her vision for a Christian home for lonely, elderly and abandoned children together. And you're listening to The Olive Tree with me, Julia Fisher. If you've been touched by Siham's story, then you'll be interested to hear about the Olive Tree Reconciliation Fund, a small charity based in the UK that supports needy Arab and Jewish believers. You'll find articles, programmes, and information about our tours to Israel on our website, www.olivetreefund.org, where you can also leave a donation. And if you'd like to receive our free bi-monthly newsletter, please either email inquiries@olivetreefund.org or write to me, Julia Fisher, at the Olive Tree Reconciliation Fund, PO Box 850, Horsham, RH12 9GA in the UK. I'll be back at the same time next week for another story from the Olive Tree. Until then, goodbye.